Welcome back and many thanks for staying with us right here on Morning at NTV. From Entebbe, we have Ivan Walnyolo with a new update. A very good morning, Ivan. What's the latest? Ivan Walnyolo.
Well, thank you very much, and we're coming to you from Western Nile. In specific, we are in Arua, which is now a city. A city, of course, that now needs more preparation, especially when it comes to security, social well-being, among other things. But of course, security remains very key and pertinent when it comes to planning and implementation of city plans and ideas. This time, of course, I am joined by the newly appointed RCC of Arua City, a lady who had served as a deputy RDC in the area and taken all of course, promoted to the position of the RDC in Midyokolo district. This time brought back as an RCC, and I am very honored to be joined by Madam Akelo Opio, who is now the new RCC of Arua City. And Madam, welcome with me on NTV.
Thank you very much.
Well, make us understand about your new appointment. What do you make of it? You are now the RCC of Arua, which has been a district and now a city.
Well, I'm happy about the appointment, though it has a lot of challenges. It is a bigger assignment that I'm going to undertake, and I will not lean on my own understanding. I will trust God to guide me in everything that I'm gonna do. Yeah,
you have been here as a deputy RDC before you were promoted to Midyokolo district. What are some of the key and pertinent issues that Arua as a city now needs when it comes to security?
Well, Arua needs more manpower in terms of security. Why? Because we are in the border. We are a city in the border of Congo and South Sudan. We have a lot of refugees living in the city. Therefore, we need really to, the government needs to look into the issues of urban refugees.
Well, but also make us understand, we know very well that as Arua transforms to a city, a lot of issues, a lot of challenges, especially when you hint about the refugee issue. What do you think government needs to come up with? Because we know that it's one of those districts that have quite a big number of refugees who do not only reside here, but also, reside in other places or reside here, go and do, they multiply around the region.
Well, I think we are going to sit as security, as the head of security, we are going to sit and come up with modalities of how to address these issues. Today we had a regional security meeting, and that is part of what we are going to handle in our next security meeting, which is going to be in Zombo.
The country this time is still faced with the threats, especially in the central region. We have the anonymous letter threats that are multiplying around the central region. As Arua, do you think that in any way can as well spread to this side? And are you taking efforts to see that in case maybe this comes into your area, there is readiness, especially for you as security?
That is the reason why today we had a regional security meeting for the region. We don't take things for granted. We can also be attacked the way other places are being attacked, so we are ready for that. More
other areas, districts and municipalities have been having a challenge, especially when it comes to enforcing the COVID-19 SOPs, the curfew time, people not adhering, others taking advantage of curfew time. How is the situation handled in your area?
Well, Arua is not an exception. We are also having people, but we are trying to the extent that we've reduced the infection rate has come down to only 8.1% from 23%.
And I think you're listed among those districts that were not doing well when it comes to COVID-19, the infections just in the recent. What do you attribute that to? Is it because of late people adhering to what is set for them? What do you think is perhaps making, Arua be among those districts in the spot?
Arua is highly populated, and it is a cosmopolitan city, and you find people. It is the center of all the districts in West Nile. Everybody is in Arua. people just go and do their work and they come back to Arua. So all the people come, and you know, people don't follow SOPs because people are saying there should be no lockdown. We've talked, but people don't listen. But we've tried to enforce as well, but we are still going to continue to enforce. Now that I'm in the city, I will try to do my level best to see how best we can curb these things.
As an RCC, you are now a presidential representative who is directly going to be supervising government programs, among them the youth livelihood, among other programs. Yeah. How are you ready to also take the mobilization task for the people, especially the youth who are the majority unemployed in the area, so that is benefit from government programs?
We have already mobilized them. As a deputy RDC, we had mobilized a number of youth and given them small projects. Now that I've come back, I think they're saying, welcome back, mommy. I'm going to work with them very well. They're taking up government projects. There is a Myoga. A number of them have taken up a Myoga, like the tailors, the saloons, I name them. And there is also Paris model coming. We are going to make them all get engaged. Because if we don't do that, they are going to abuse drugs. We have a lot of idle youth around, so we need to change their mindset to take up government programs.
Partly what I can also talk about is that we have been driving around the city and we notice a lot of use of drugs. The youth who are eating mairunji, we notice that. And you as the RCC, do you realize that's partly what you're supposed to be fighting in your area since it's now becoming a city? That
is my biggest task as regards the youth empowerment. That is my biggest task. I've already started with that. As I told you earlier on, I had started with the youth, giving them small, they're my friends. I go and sit with them and ask them why they're doing what they're doing. So they're my friends, I'm going to engage them and we shall work together.
In your absence, we've seen this from other districts and municipalities when the officials have messed up with government programs, especially the Emioga, youth, livelihood. Do you think in your absence there is something perhaps which could have gone wrong and it's what you want to rectify, especially in dealing with government programs for the beneficiaries?
In the city, just being 1 day old in the office, I'm yet to know what has been taking place in my absence, and I will deal with it accordingly.
You have just 30 seconds to speak to your people of Arua you are going to be working with. And we know many, perhaps, since they've worked with you before, are welcoming you back, but you have 30 seconds to speak to them in what you think they should know about you in as far as how you're going to work together. Take a camera.
My people of Arua, I want to thank God for bringing me back to work with you. As you know, I am a God-fearing person. I need teamwork. I need love. We need to work as a team to develop this young city. If we spend time fighting, we shall lose it out. Let's work as a team. Let's show love, and we shall take this city to another level. Fighting is not going to take us anywhere.
Well, thank you very much for having time to speak to us. We also wish you well in your new tenure, of course, and hope that the people of Arua will appreciate your services. Well, she is the newly appointed RCC of Arua City. Madam Akelo Alice Opio has taken a new task of taking Arua as a city, being the security head. We hope and also think that what she will take on will be in the interest of the public, but of course it's been nice when she makes time to speak to us this time. From me here in Arua City, take it back from me,